time, but I think it will start well.
Yeah.
It has started. Thanks.
Hope so now visible.
Yes, ma'am.
Is it visible? Yeah.
It's visible now.
Yeah. This is a slide, first slide, which I have to cover these areas, that is concept of knowledge, type of knowledge, emerging knowledge and rural behavior, impact of emerging knowledge on rural behavior. These three areas, that is socio-cultural aspect, socio-economic aspect, and socio-political aspect, I have to cover, and I am trying to cover. So what is knowledge? Knowledge is just like awareness of fact, like information, sensation, then go to your memories, then thoughts, then behavior. This is a layman definition, but it is a kind of awareness of fact, familiarity with individuals and situation, or practical skill, you can say. So knowledge of fact is also called a propositional knowledge, and knowledge is also characterized as a true belief, like from opinion or guesswork by virtue of justification. So there is a wide agreement among philosophers that that propositional knowledge is form of true belief, uh, like how to understand justification, and it is needed at all. Please mute all of you, I request, and whether something else besides it is needed. So you can say knowledge can be produced in many ways. The main source of knowledge is a empirical knowledge. And please mute yourself. And empirical knowledge is a perception. Perception involve that. I request to all learner, please mute yourself. It is disturbing.
John, market was brother Amram
Please. I request to all of you, please mute yourself.
احسان الله جان اگر هم مایک خود بند کنی احسان الله جان.
Ma'am, I think he just joined and he is just continuing speaking and he is not listening. So as a co-host, you can also mute him from the option there.
So, means the main discipline investigating knowledge is epistemology. And what people know, how they come to know it, and what it means to know something. It discusses the value of knowledge and the thesis of philosophical skepticism. Let me.
Now it is muted, ma'am. Please proceed.
Yeah.
At least we have learned that there is also some people that they just want to connect and they will not listening to us.
Right. So, you can say knowledge is relevant to many fields, in every field, I think, not many fields, like the sciences, which aim to acquire knowledge for using scientific methods and measurement, experiment, observation. This is also called a knowledge. And various religions hold that humans should seek knowledge, and God or the divine is the source of knowledge. So anthropology of knowledge studies how knowledge is acquired, stored, retrieved, communicated in the different culture. And the sociology of knowledge examine under the socio-historical circumstances knowledge arise and what sociological consequences it has. So the history of knowledge investigate the different fields has developed and evolved in the course of history. So uh, knowledge is the form of familiarity, awareness, understanding, acquaintance. It involves the possession of information. So this is all the concept of knowledge. Fact, information acquired through experience, through education, through theoretical or practical understanding of subject. This is the all about the knowledge. This is a source of knowledge. Source of knowledge are way how people come to know things. They can be understood as a cognitive capacity that are exercised when a person acquire new knowledge. So in knowledge, two terms are used significantly: perception and senses. Perception is observation and senses is identified as the most important source of empirical knowledge. Empirical knowledge is what you observe in the field. This is all empirical knowledge, or you can say this is the main source of knowledge. Main source of knowledge, perception and senses, and also introspection, testimony. So these are things are knowledge. I'll give you one example. Like imagine you are on a beach and you notice the blue water shimmering in the sunlight as a wave lap on your feet, bringing them scent of salt water. So you are reminded of the week's perfect weather predicted in the multiple weather reports, all while trying to forget this is the 7 day of week-long vacation, making it your last. So in this very unremarkable scene, we find a remarkable fact like perception, memory, testimony, introspection, reason, all working together to give you knowledge. So this is all about the knowledge. Now come to the type of knowledge. So many type of knowledges, but here we would like to discuss three type of knowledge: experience knowledge, procedural knowledge, shared knowledge. Experience knowledge is a like a personal experiences which can be used as a source of knowledge for personal and you can say professional development. So it is a it concern experience that influence the quality of life, like I have given an example: trauma, illness, disability, poverty, etc. These are the experiential knowledge. And I can give you one example, like if you are going to zoo to learn about animal through observation instead of reading about them. So growing a garden to learn about the photosynthesis instead of watching a movie about it. So, or you can say bicycle to try and learn to ride. So these are the experiential knowledge. Now come to the procedural knowledge. Procedural knowledge is a standard operating procedure how to a specific task. It means the knowledge how to perform a specific skill or task, and it is considered knowledge and related to methods. You can say it refer to as implicit knowledge: know, how, when. These are the procedural knowledge. Shared knowledge. Shared knowledge is a, you can say it is a, there are many reasons why knowledge is sharing, why knowledge shared. It is important, very important, because it helps to ensure that that everyone in an organization has the same level to understand and expertise, and this can be specifically critical in industries where knowledge is consistently changing and evolving, like technology sector. So I can give you an example like any organization had a central repository of the information that all employees could access. So these could include like best practices, lessons learned from the previous projects, and just even useful tips and tricks. So employee would be able to search this repository for the information and they need. So this is a knowledge. But if I could say knowledge sharing is a act of exchanging information between people or organization, and shared knowledge also can be used to refer to transfer of knowledge between individual, between groups or institution. Even knowledge sharing is often seen as a way to improve our communication, collaboration within the team or organization. So exchange of information and information sharing are two commonly used knowledge shared or shared knowledge. This is a very important kind of knowledge because it is beneficial. Nowadays, organizations today are under constant pressure to improve their performance, maintain agile in the face of ever changing business environment. And one of the key factor it can help organization achieve these goals to knowledge sharing. So this is very important. I'm not going in detail. Now come to the next slide. I have told you. This is also told you. Now this is a picture of knowledge. You can see both brains sharing two brain information sharing. How two brain exchange information experiences through technology, through not exactly technology. Brain is also your technical instrument. So this is, I tried. Now what is the examples? These are examples like perform task, use any method, process, technique to share any knowledge, solve any problem through shared knowledge, deliver service, create a new product or service. These are the example of shared knowledge. Now come to the emerging knowledge and rural behavior. 19th century and 20th century, even 18th century to the beginning, like world has witnessed four major industrial revolution till date which affected the society and the large scale and brought major changes in four major industrial revolution. What happened at the end of 18th century to the beginning of the 19th century? Mechanization of machine industries was the biggest change of that time. Like steam engine was the first to speed up transportation, which has accelerated the economy and mobility. And at the end of 19th century, innovation took place in many sectors, like emergence of new source of energy like electricity, gas, and oil, invention of telegraph, telephones. So many things are that time came. And 20th century was the third industrial revolution, which has also shown the electronic telecommunication and also computer that that have give rise to new era of high level of communication. And the fourth revolution believed to have started in the dawn of third millennium. It is characterized by the conversion of the cluster of technology cutting across the physical, digital, and biological worlds. Machines, many machines are coming, even cloud computing, lots of other expected profoundly transform the society. Internet is also another example. It is an invention of this period and which is a part of people's everyday life. So this is a emerging knowledge. And Indian society is primarily a rural society, has village in the basic unit of majority, and Indian population is a rural areas population. It is occupied by the rural behavior like agriculture, social custom, religion, caste, so many things of the village in India. And most of the time, the rural people were engaged in the traditional caste occupation that is known as like Jajmani. We will discuss in another sessions. So the basic setting of a fabric of the rural society have changed very significantly. And after the independence, uh, dramatic change have take place throughout the country. Even when a 5-year plan and development program have brought changes in the agriculture economy like culture, population growth, market, land holding, irrigation, communication, administration, so many changes are going. So the socio-economic structure of the village undergone a gradual change due to influence of the emerging knowledge and liberalization. In the political and administrative context, if I observe, setting up the panchayats which has brought major changes like rural traditional power structure are totally changed, and the rural society is continuously passing through the process of change due to very new development. So this is all changes in rural behavior. Next slide. What is the impact? These impacts can be shown in rural behavior, socio-cultural aspect of rural society, where leadership, ideology, institution are a driven force, socio-economic aspect of rural society, where income, amount, kind of education, type of prestige, these are the continuously changing. And the impact on political aspect of rural society is a democratic panchayats developed. Now come to the first socio-cultural aspect. What is impact on rural behavior? So change is a, as everyone know, change is a constant process, and every human being passes through the change at every moment during the whole life. Every moment, every type of change is continuous. So the way human decide and perform their actions bring change in their socio-cultural context, because not culture is a learning behavior. If any change in your performance, the socio in any change in your performance, it brings a socio-cultural context, and this is mostly known as transformation. The age-old tradition have been given up to some extent. ये उसको दे दो. Just a minute. अंदर को इसके लेबर को हाँ sorry. So the age of old tradition have been given to some extent for taking Mamta have just a minute I'm coming. अरे रुको ममता sorry. So the old age traditions have been given up to some extent for taking society to modify the environment according to their needs. And the first stage of transformation start with the urge to know about the new knowledge, which further motivate to the person to relinquish traditionally and adopt modernity for the betterment of life. And this changes brings in mind and knowledge and attitude to person and ultimately in socio-cultural feature of the society. So in the rural community, changes may be in various way. Beside the human personality, value norms changes, customs changes. So alternation in a people, material and non-material culture, environment may be called as a social change when a such changes leads to betterment of people and it termed as a progress or development. So this is a socio-cultural changes. Now come to the socio-economic change or socio-economic aspect. In village, agriculture is a main activity of a rural economy and employment. It is also today is also very important, and today witnessing a shift in its importance, or more rural people are oriented to involve in non-agricultural activities. So the transition seen in the composition of output output and occupation from agriculture to more procedure to more productive to non-farm sector. So people are migrating, rural people are migrating. If in the recent time the rural non-farm economy has emerged as one of the important key factor for the decentralization of the economic activities for rural India. So the sector has been suffering from the number of the factor like infrastructure, uh, even roads, electricity, communication facilities, lack of sufficient skilled labor, or access to credit. So rural economy from 46% of national income, despite the rise of urbanization, more than half of the Indian population is projected to be the rural by the development of the country. So agriculture is a still dominating sector for employment in the rural areas, and agriculture still remain the main employer of the rural forces, and these forces are comes under the socio-economic aspect. Now come to the other emerging factor is a political, socio-political aspect. Listen, the village politics is generally influenced, dominated, guided by the caste and creed. And in village politics and caste are interlinked. Caste in the rural area are play a very important role in the formation of political parties, and these political parties have the follower based on the caste, and the leader is one of the prominent person of the caste which he or she belongs to any caste. So these political group based on caste serve the purpose of the local village politics, and a majority in the village lack education, so they are easily trapped by the political parties, or you can say dominant political parties. So caste system has undergone major changes in the contemporary India, which with the development in the socio-economic aspect of the people. So these changes has also influenced the rural politics and the power structure of the village. If I say the setting up the panchayats through the country has unified the administrative and political activities, and these changes have brought massive changes in the socio-economic and the political life of the rural people. So today, everyone has an equal right to be a part of system by narrowing down the social disparity. So recognition of women socio-economic need and the integration into the rural development program. And 73rd and 74th amendment Panchayati Raj, where women empowerment and some programs facilitated political empowerment of women have been done, and this was done since women empowerment became and the international movement, which had its impact on the Indian society too during around 1990s. So gender inequality and allow women to play a more effective role in socio-economic and political field of the society by government of India and the rural government. So these is the socio political aspect. Now come to the unit 12, which is totally depend on information technology, and where I tried and touched to cover these areas. That is your input and output device. Very easy. Rural development, scope and importance of development. So what is input and output device? Can anybody tell what is input and output device? It is very easy. Yes.
Ma'am, input device is actually the device which input information to the device. And
Okay.
output device are the devices that shows the inputted device, the result to us. For examples, a keyboard is an input device and the monitor is an output device.
Keyboard, scanner, touchpad,
Yeah.
joystick, so many
But
things are.
even we have input output devices as well. Now it is
Ah,
now three. Yeah.
yeah. Monitor, projector are output device. Printer are
Yes.
output. Plotter are output. These are the devices. So no need to discuss more. These things I have to cover. Now come to the information technology. These things I have tell you during this session. Now come to the challenges of application of rural development. So many challenges like if illiteracy, poverty, lack of awareness, infrastructure, languages, low type of infrastructure, language is not very proper, their own regional language, and by these things, if we are facing so many challenges in applicable those information technology. And information technology, this is a very modern technology, computer based technology, storage network, and if you are illiterate, power, lack of awareness, you cannot adjust by information technology. So information technology is a use of any computer, storage, networking, or any other physical devices, infrastructure, process to create, process, store, secure, exchange, all form of information or electronic data is called information technology. So this is a all which we are nowadays still challenges are So I have told you it is a broad professional category of information technology covering function including building, communication, network, safeguarding data and information, troubleshooting computer problem. These are come to in information technology. Now, what is the basic of information technology? Information technology is an invention of users of PC. So many information technology came in the world, but when PC comes in your society, we feel it is a information technology because it is to capture, calculate, store data, transform data. These are the information technology, and ICT is a view that fact PC is connected to the computer, consists of hardware, just a minute. Hello. I'm taking class. I'll call you back. Okay. So the basic of information technology is we have two, IT and ICT, which consist hardware. Hardware is a physical computer part which can touch, and software is a command we can feel only, cannot touch. So this is a basic computer. This I can show a slide by picture. Now, basic principle of computer. What is the basic principle? It involves three main components: input, processing, and output. The computer receives data and instruction through input devices, process the data using CPU, central processing unit, and then produce the result through output device. This is a basic principle of computer. Now, what computer have? Motherboard, central processing unit, RAM. Motherboard is a computer backbone which is responsible for communication between component and transmission of the information. What is central process unit? It is a function, command, execution, data transmission, computer function, everyone know. And RAM is a memory container for a program that are currently running data that is being processed. Then permanent memory is a hard disk drive used for permanent data storage. Then data is stored on magnetic platter, electromagnetic head. These are the your computers have. Now, input device, I have told you these are the input device like keyboard, scanner, touchpad, mouse, trackball, joystick. You are know better than me. This is the basic things like camera. Output device is a monitor, projector, printer, plotter, speaker, earphone. These are the output device. Now the software. Software is a computer unlike hardware, is an intangible part of the computer written to use the built-in hardware to perform single or multiple tasks on the computer. Means it is a set of instruction, data or program to use to operate computer and execute a specific task. So software is a opposite of hardware, and which is describe the physical aspect of computer, and it is a generic term. Software is a generic term to refer the application, script, and that run on the device. So this is all software. Operating system. What is a software type? Operating system. And operating system have a basic program on the computer. It is automatically loaded when computer is started. And Linux, Microsoft Windows, Mac OS, these are the software type. It means the two main category of software application are, one is application, another is system software. And application software is that fulfill a specific need or perform task, And system software is a designed to run a computer hardware and provide a platform for application to run on the top. So this is all software. I'll try to give 2-3 examples of type of software. One is a application software. The most common type of software is a application software. It is a application software is a computer software package and that perform a specific function for a user. Mean it can self-contain or it can be a group of program that run application for the user, like modern application means office suite, graphic software, database management program, web browser, word processor. These are the application software. Now second is a system software. System software is a designed to run a computer application program and hardware, and system software coordinate the activities and function of the hardware. And mm, uh, you can say like firmware or computer language translator and system utilities. One other type is driver software. Driver software is known as device driver. This software consider a type of software system, and device driver control the device and peripheral and connected to computer, because every device that is connected to the computer need at least one device driver to function. For example, it come with very non-standard software, hardware, including game controller as well as USB devices, keyboard, headphone, and printers. Another software type is programming software. Programming software is to write a code. Programming software tool enable developer to develop, write, test, debug, so many things. Compiler, debugger, these are the software type. Now, this is all. The examples: antivirus program, web browser, Mozilla, web, Firefox, these are, you all know. You are a... Now come to the what is information and communication. Some application here you can see, like application for corporation, airlines, insurance company, internet banking, application for state organization like electronic voting, EVM machine, tax refund. Some application for healthcare like data about the patient, diagnostic tools, instrument, special surgical equipment, and some application for education like CBT, distance learning, e-learning, adaptive learning, flexible learning, multimedia learning experience. These are all application for education. Now come to the next slide. Information and communication technology in everyday include. What is information and technology? Email, everyone using. E-commerce is also online banking. Everyone know what is online banking, e-government, online shopping, e-learning. So these are the we are using in everyday life. Now rural development, already told in my earlier lectures, and I'm keep telling you what is rural development. So it is everyone know progress and development. It have been continuing quest for all rich or poor, rural or development, and this development have remained concentrated mostly in the urban area, and large proportion of our population which lives in the rural area has been largely remained underdeveloped or undeveloped country. So this is all rural development. Now what is scope and objectives? Rural development should be given priority even in contemporary times, and majority of our population in country lives in the rural area, and it is very essential for country for overall development. This is already told you in my first lecture, I think. Now come to the ICT and e-governance. You know, ICT allow school to use advanced technology and equipment in the classrooms. And this is very important for government and non-government associations, because ICT enable the economic growth. So this is all. Now, e-governance, it meaning electronic governance using information communication technology like wide area network, internet, mobile computing at various level of the government in public sector. And we are nowadays using very frequently. Now, ICT and livelihood assets. We have a three capital: human capital, natural capital, and one thing is financial capital. Human capital improve your education, learning by many ways of the distance, learning service, training, tools in wide variety of format. Should I take 10 minutes? Should I take 10 minutes break?
Ma'am, if you need to take break, is okay. Otherwise, after maybe 15 minutes, there will be time for Maghrib prayer. Then we will take the break.
Okay, okay. You need after 10 minutes, 12 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay, okay, okay. Now come to the livelihood asset. Livelihood asset is a resource base of community and of different category of household. In the center left of the means we have a livelihood asset: human capital, natural capital, and financial capital. And ICT allow these things for technology and equipment. So it is a human capital is totally depend on your how you live, expanding flow of information or human resources required for making an interpretation of data into various languages and fitting arrangement for the proposed clients and their local culture. Actually, I have some problem. We will meet after 6:30. Should I?
Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Sure,
Okay.
sure. Yeah.
Okay,
Thank
okay.
you very
I
much.
have to take some medicine, so I have.
Okay. All right.
So after 20 minutes, what time you would like to come here
I think
again?
15 minutes is enough. If you could just finish it at this
6:45.
1-5.
6:15. 6:50.
Yeah,
No, no. It
I need. No, I think that 1-5 is okay. 15 minutes okay for that. Take for
okay,
break.
okay. Okay. Just a minute.
We will back 3-5.
Okay, okay. Medicine no. Check my BP. Yeah, I'm not feeling very well. BP.
ना तो एक दिन गए थे यहाँ लिया नहीं लाए ऐसे सुबह ये दसनी नहीं होती दसनी है और मौसी जो है बक्सा में सब देख करके या चाबी उनका हमसे कहा ताला तोड़ दो इतने मोटे मोटे ताला मतलब दूसरी बात होकर मारे तो नीचे चली आ रही इनका हमने थोड़ा बढ़ता था फिर हम ऐसे दसनी हो गई रात भर लेटे चला ठंडा गए 3 लोग एक क्यों ना मामा है हम सब एक चिपके पड़े फिर भी गर्मी ही नहीं इतनी ठंडी लगे फिर दूसरे ही दिन जाके फिर इलाज हो जाके कितना तक कर
Ma'am, you're muted.
Shall
Uh,
we start?
no. Just before starting, I just want to know about you. How are you feeling now?
I'm feeling
If you,
better. Actually, my BP is high this time, so I'm not
uh-huh.
feeling very. But I can take class, no
No,
problem.
no, ma'am. It is okay. You can just share the presentation. You can just
No, no, no.
read by
I
yourself.
can
But
speak
the
now.
most important is your health.
No, no, no. Actually, I forgot my medicine, so this time I have taken, so I'm okay now.
So that, by the way, in case you are not feeling good, we can
Yeah,
just stop the session right now.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So, can we start now? Everybody is free from prayer, or should I wait?
So let's receive another response from other
Yeah,
participants.
Yes, ma'am. You can continue if your health is good.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I can. So, ICT and livelihood. Livelihood, as you know, what is livelihood? And we have in livelihood have three assets: human capital, natural capital, financial capital. Actually, one social capital is also a part of livelihood. Human capital is a improved access of education by way of distance learning service and training tool in area, wide variety of format. And this is a data into various language and fitting arrangement for the proposed client and their local culture. And natural capital is a it can handle an all natural resources like ground gold with the suitable authorities, and everybody will collaborate in order to make appropriate decision about the natural resources. And financial resources or capital is help and improve local financial institution, including microcredit organization, like improving the availability of information on available resources of facility like loan, saving schemes. So many saving schemes come under the financial capital. And one another capital is a in livelihood is a social capital. Social capital improved networking, both the established network at the group level of the theoretically among a much larger community, and the capacity of establish new network at the local and national level, and it can exist with carrying advantages. So this is all about the assets. Mm, financial, social. One is a physical. Physical capital is a communication channel, and ICT are frequently using to access the market and market information. It helped to improve choices for the sale of good in local markets, global market, and according to enhance information on the prices, comparatively supply and demand for a product. So, if I say in developing rural area, technology play a very significant role. By the use of technology, producers or other citizens, production gain and quality improvement are achieved due to technology. So all individuals in the rural area think about the use of technology, about the equipment, about the material, cost of the object. In the rural development happens quickly. So technology help to assemble new mechanized, which can establish a fantastic and anti-sighting base for the use of new new and recent advancement. So innovation play a change step by step, and it play a important role to improving people living standard in the rural area, and it can be easily seen. The main enhancement factor is energy, communication media, transportation, and so many things will create awareness to the people interest in the improving delivery of the ICT base. So rural development form a very critical strategy, and the use of ICT in the field of rural development has been a great importance, but bad ICT foundation in the rural area, poor ICT knowledge among authorities employed in the rural region, and neighborhood language problems are very fundamental problem which rural people are facing, with over 70% of the Indian population living in rural area. And agribusiness is a significant field and acquire its livelihood. So the so many sectors faces major challenges of the enhancing production in the situation of dwindling natural resources. So this is all about the assets livelihood. Now come to the assets of for education. But I would like to tell you what is ICT for agriculture, because India lives in a village and we are here learning rural development. So in rural area, a large population of poor decide their employment directly or by participating in the agricultural activities, and the field where ICT can play a very important contribution is expanding the productivity. Vulnerability are involved in agriculture with farmers and facing various dangers in the form of affected soil, drought, disintegration, erosion, as well as threat from the pest. So many things are Indian rural people are facing, and ICT may provide farmer with useful information on the harvest care and animal husbandry. So manure, feedback, inputs, management, pests, so many things are providing. So this is all ICT in agriculture. Now come to the ICT for education. You know, ICT, when you heard a ICT name, it automatically comes in mind. It is very much related to education, because education is considered is the most powerful tool of empowerment. And education is not only transform the individual from the tradition to modern, but also reconstruct the social system. Very much right, because it helped to change your attitude, change your mindset, change your ideas, and change and promoting your positive attitude. So ICT, if use ICT in education field, it also play a very important role in also a rural area, ultimately in the development of rural development. Now come to the ICT for economic development. You know, economic development means it is a information and communication technology. It is a exchange of information to rural community and the outside world, and which is very fundamental required for the economic growth. So effective ICT will break the regional barriers which we are nowadays or very long days we are facing. Now come to the ICT in the capacity building. Capacity building and empowerment. You know, capacity building and empowerment is totally correlated, because ICT play a important part in the making initiatives more competent and transparent, to help legislation and land titles more available, like geographical information system. This is a GIS, computerized camera, web-based global positioning system assist rural community. So people get benefit from the greater access to credit and rural financial official in the rural area. And in India, 50,000 people, the Indian Amul software computerized milk assortment and installment along these to improve the forwardness of the amount and quality of milk and collected, ensuring the payment to farmer. So Amul is a very important example for capacity building and empowerment. So now come to the service delivery mechanism. Service delivery mechanism is related to broadband, multi-partner system are necessary at the local level to make critical data accessible to end. And this I can give you one example, like in India, flexible question and answer administration are being directed system need to be a part of vital level to guarantee learning and better exchange of knowledge. So the form of ICT that local authorities are is subject to rapid alteration. And now you can say current satellite link allow to internet coverage in so many programs like Mesh, VMAX, New Age mobile phones would provide a fast internet, these things. So this is all ICT and service delivery mechanism. Now come to the ICT health. ICT health, if you connect with health ICT, it is a very easy health service provider to meet the vital medical needs, to remote consultation, diagnosis and care. ICT are used in India, providing healthcare system in rural community, like medical staff facility. So many buses are related. So there are many areas which is information technology can be used, and it is not only exchange information but also provide effective communication with the expert group. It have a strategy for improving rural setting in communication tools. So if we are using ICT in rural communication, we have some rural setup, like I don't know in your place, but in India, Kisan SMS portal. Farmers in a rural area are not very familiar with the new technology developed to the increase agricultural productivity, but Kisan SMS portal is taken as in relevant information in their own regional language through this portal. So this is a very significant role in for Kisan SMS portal. And one is a Kisan call center. Kisan call center is a advisory framework for expert, and it allowed to provide farmers to adequate information on the agriculture activities. So this is a Kisan call center. One is a Kisan Vikas Kendra. Kisan Vikas Kendra, it is a foundation of dissemination in India for the information technology. So it act as a Kisan Vikas Kendra is a act as a connection between you can say link between the scientific community and Indian farmers. So it is just like a key of ICT in the rural development. One word is also ENAM. This is also ICT in communication. ENAM is a broad online market for agricultural product. This time in India, this time it is running very fastly, ENAM, and provision to respond to trade offers, and it offer transparency on sales. ENAM is a totally give transparency on sale by the product for consumer behavior, and all qualities are so totally transparent business through the ENAM. Now e-governance, as I told you, e-Chopal is an initiative of ICT Limited. Means like in Indian agriculture faces market by many fractured form, poor infrastructure and intermediary involvement. So if e-Chopal is here, so many transparency could be maintained. So in recent year, rural e-governance application shown the importance role play by the information and technology in rural development, and several community development program was adopted by the ICT. So this is your about ICT in the rural development. So from my side, this session is finished. Now any question related to my session, you can ask.